Well, that was a waste of 2 hours. Shit. Like, I mean, I don't like saying that because I like football season, right? Like, even if we're losing and stuff, there are times like in the summer or, spring where I'm like, man, I wish I could watch football. But this is one of those times where I'm like, I could have been doing something way more productive than this. Well, and don't get me wrong, like, I like watching the games and stuff, but like, these kind of performances and these kind of games where I'm like, shit, I literally wasted like 2 or 3 hours that I'm not getting back right now. Because there was like little to no effort put into this. Now, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, but the patch there's injuries, and then there's this. They switch quarterbacks. What'd you expect?" I even predicted us to lose this game, but what I didn't expect was to see a total shit show circus that we got. You could literally play some Benny Hill music on there because it was literally screw up after screw up after screw up after screw up. These assholes, they looked like me when I play Madden. They were that bad, where it's just like mess up after mess up after mess up after mess up, no recovery, and then it snowballs, and then you have what you have here. This game by far was worse than last week. And I know we had key people out. I know we're dealing with a lot of injuries. But you know what? I'm frankly tired of hearing that shit because there's 31 other teams that are also dealing with crap, and they at least, even if they're not winning, they can at least somewhat play football competently for the most part. I mean, I know, like, I think there was another team that got blown out really bad, but most of the other ones are at least able to somewhat have some kind of competency. With us, that's not a thing. It's like, I know people. I've even heard people like, oh, we need to get rid of Pierce. We need to start over. It's like that's just the same shit again and again. It's like we're reliving the same awful, shitty movie again and again. People like it's the same shit. Like, oh well, get rid of him. Get rid of him. It's like, so you're gonna give Josh McDaniels. You wanted to give Josh McDaniels more of a chance than Antonio Pierce, and I mean he's partially to blame, but it's not 100% his fault. If the players don't go out and execute, there's nothing he can do about that. If the players continually fuck up again and again by fumbling, throwing interceptions, throwing too high, throwing too low, missing tackles, that's not Antonio Pierce doing all that shit. It's some of the players. So I don't want to hear it. I mean, I'm not like, oh yeah, let's go Antonio Pierce. He's our guy. He's going to lose the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, why are we going to repeat the same thing again and again, firing people willy nilly, and we may not even know if they're the cause of it. The only one I would think that needs to be looked at is maybe the offensive coordinator, because you've had two quarterbacks and the offense has still been shit. So that's the only person I would say that needs to be looked at, or that should be in the hot seat. Because literally, it's you have two different quarterbacks and you still have the same damn problems. And I know the offensive line is a problem too. But this is just pitiful. This is freaking pitiful. Let's get into it. So, first quarter, Steelers get a field goal. Raiders get a touchdown by Madison on the opening drive. That's the only touchdown they had for about 75% of the game. Then in the second quarter, Divine Diablo has a big sack. And then we fumble the ball because, once again, we're not holding it with two hands. We're holding it with one hand. And then if people punch it out, like what happened, then it turns into a fumble. I mean, we get made to look like a bunch of jackasses. So, okay, then after that, Divine Diablo, like, I think it's like a couple plays after that happened, Divine Diablo gets a great interception. Something we needed to get some spark, some momentum. But guess what? It gets overturned by, in my opinion, a bullshit roughing the passer call. And some people are like, oh, well, you're just saying that because you're a Raiders fan, you're biased. That's why you're saying that. No. My question is, do these refs not even understand basic fucking physics? So if you have like a 250, 300-pound man running at full speed, how the fuck is he supposed to slow down and don't put his full body weight on the quarterback? Or he should he should injure his own self. He should injure his own body so he doesn't put his full weight on the quarterback. How is that? Do you not know like the law of like inertia, the law of motion, all this basic shit that we learned in fucking physics in high school? How is that? How are you gonna move? How is an object like that gonna stop and be like, oh no, let me go over him? I'm not gonna lay my body on him. I just think that's such a bullshit fucking call. It is, in my opinion. Now I can understand if it's like a late hit, like if they're already down, they get hit again. Okay, but that, in my opinion, that was a bullshit call. And then the Steelers get a touchdown off of that call. Third quarter, we punt it away, but the Steelers block it. And then, of course, that's right near our goal line, so they get a free touchdown because of that. And then Aiden O'Connell was throwing high for about the second, third, and fourth quarters. He was, maybe a little bit in the first. He was throwing high, probably because he was being rushed, but he was throwing high and people weren't catching it. So, and then, okay, oh, and then so the Raiders are about to get the Steelers off the field. This is the third quarter, and guess what happens? Another roughing the passer call. Isn't that convenient? So then now, because of that, they get a fresh new set of downs, and the Steelers get another touchdown. Then finally, I think, what is this? No. This is the third quarter. Madison gets a touchdown, but guess what? It's called back because there's an extra man down the field. So it's like, that was probably the most frustrating thing about this game. It's like, whatever inch or 2 inches of progress we made was completely undone either by us fucking up and getting a penalty, a bullshit call, or like doing something stupid and fumbling or throwing interceptions. That's the literal summary of the game. Okay, and then so then we get down at the goal line, and guess what? Abdullah fumbles it by I think it was the same freaking player. I think it was T.J. Watt again who punched the ball out. You didn't think, gee, maybe I should wrap my hands around both arms around the fucking ball. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still have it one-handed, even though this guy just punched it out. I know he likes to punch it out. He thinks it's punch out the video game, but I'm not going to use both arms. I'm just going to keep it with one arm. You didn't think to adapt, or like, I hate that shit. It was the same. It was the same thing again, and then they fumbled it right at the goal line, and the Steelers got the ball. Then, we managed to stop that one. Then O'Connell throws an interception because guess what, folks? He overthrew it. So because he overthrew and got an interception, the Steelers got another touchdown. Then in the fourth quarter, we got some garbage ass touchdown. I don't want to take it away from Madison, but it was a garbage touchdown. It didn't matter. And then I don't even know what happened next because I think I stopped watching when there was like 2 or 3 minutes left because I'm like, I just want to get this shit done. I want to get this game behind me, and I don't want to waste any more time on this fucking game because it doesn't deserve it. So yeah, that's a basic summary of the game, and I'm just over it, man. And I'm not, I didn't have high hopes for the season. I didn't think playoffs. I didn't think nothing. I just thought, oh, we could play some decent football this season. We can, and that's what I feel like. As I feel like that we never ever freaking advance, right? I feel like that we're kind of stuck in the same kind of place. We do the same dumb shit again and again and again, year in and year out. It doesn't fucking matter who you have at coaching. Doesn't fucking matter whatever player you get. It's the same shit again and again and again and again and again. Same cycle again and again. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And people are like, oh, you should, there are always people got something to say about it. Always people got some shit to say about it. And I understand. Like me being pissed off like this doesn't make me any less of a fan. Okay? I'm pissed off because I give a shit. And I'm tired of seeing a mediocre product like what we've been seeing for years. You know? But I don't know. Some people will be like, you're not being a fan. God forbid if you're negative about anything, if you critique anything. You have to 100% love everything all the time. No, fuck you. I don't. Oh my god. So, okay. Let's take a step back. What was a positive from this game? I mean, Divine Diablo had some good plays. That was honestly about it. Madison got a couple touchdowns. Those were the only two highlights. Besides that, there's nothing else, no other highlight in the game. So, yeah, we have the Rams next, which I have no freaking clue what we're going to do there. Um, I don't know if Devontae will be playing. That's another thing. I don't even know what's going on with that because on one hand, they're like, oh, he's going to be traded, and oh, these are teams he's interested in. Oh, no, he's a Raider. He wants to play. Well, which is it? Make up your mind, motherfucker. You know? And like, I guess he really is dealing with a hamstring injury, even though I thought it was like the same convenient injury that Darren Waller had. Just a convenient hamstring injury. But I don't know if he's going to play. He may or may not play next week. I have no clue. If he plays, I guess that'll help a little bit. But I mean, that's not going to change anything if the play calling or the something with the offensive line doesn't change. I mean, we didn't have Zimmer. I mean, that's another thing is we need time to like heal up because we've got so many freaking injuries like Zamir White, like there's tons of injuries, but we're not gonna have that time. So I don't even know when our bye week is. Yeah, how was this game? The game's in LA, I think. Yeah, it's in LA. I'll say we win, but like by 3. I think we'll barely win. But I don't know if we screw up a lot by today, then we'll probably lose. I think every single game we've had a turnover. I think every single game we've had at least one turnover. Oh man, like you're not gonna win like that, man. I'm not saying to be perfect, but you're not gonna win like that. But anyway, so that's the game. As you can tell, I'm pretty pissed off. This game out of all of them has probably been the most pissed off I've been during the game. And just like after hearing shit all week, ooh, from like Bronco fans and all these other people, everyone talking shit all week. Then oh, I didn't even mention this. Then on top of that, I already made a video about it. But then we got Gardner Minshew picking his fucking nose on the sidelines and eating the fucking booger. I'm like, that sums up the season right there. That's the freaking highlight of the season right there. I'm like, on top of getting our asses handed to us by a rival who hasn't beat us in like eight games or whatever, he's over there on the sideline picking his nose and eating it like a fucking toddler. But yeah. Oh man. Anyway, like I said, I think we'll win by 3 against the Rams. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.